Master CVV and the Energies of Synthesis. A presentation with paintings. The beauty of the whole. The group is the master. Don't do anything that might hurt the group, but see what could be your contribution to the beauty of the whole. Master KPK. The paintings illustrate the text of this presentation from the teachings of Master KPK. Master CVV and the Energies of Synthesis are the inspiration of the paintings. A short explanation of the painting will be given each time after reading a section of the text. The movement of the vernal equinox through the signs of the zodiac expresses the character of the respective period. During the journey through Aries, there was the Aryan age, followed by the Piscean age. According to the vision of leading spiritual astrologers, the equinox entered the 30th degree of Aquarius from Pisces at the time of the coronation of Queen Victoria in 1837. It was the dawn of the age of Aquarius. Victoria was the first queen to recognize the futility of conquering countries and wanted to stop it. Towards the end of the 19th century, Madame Blavatsky foresaw that at the beginning of the 20th century, an energy would come to uplift humanity and to usher in the age of Aquarius. Some of her followers then prepared Jiddu Krishnamurti as a pure instrument for receiving the energy, but the divine had other plans. During the times of Madame Blavatsky, the masters frequently visited her and others in Adyar. For this picture, I used a black and white photo showing Blavatsky and behind her the masters Kutumi, Maria and Saint Germain. I painted on the picture, transformed it, and added the flames in the colors related to the major rays of the masters. The descending energy was so strong. The higher circles decided that the energy could only be received by the Agastya ashram. Agastya, the master of the Nilagiri mountains, also called Master Jupiter, always came to the rescue of the hierarchy in situations of crisis. And it was decided that the energy would touch the planet in Kumbakonam, a temple city in the state of Tamil Nadu, India. The name of the place means Aquarian angle. There is an Adi Kumbeshwara temple, and the lake where the energy entered is still considered very sacred today. Agastya, or Master Jupiter, is the oldest member of the spiritual hierarchy. He is closely linked to the energies of Sirius. I did the picture with a photo of a statue of Agastya. For the background, I took a photo of the Durga mountain in the Nilagiris, which is said to be the location of the ashram of Agastya. On the right side, I integrated a photo of Sirius. Using the computer and pencils, I worked on the colors and details to express the radiance. Master CVV, an advanced disciple of Agastya, was chosen to receive the energy. He decided to be born in the same place that the Aquarian energy had visited before. He was born in Kumbakonam in 1868, 42 years before the descent of the energy. Until the descent, he led the life of a Raja Yogi, full of splendor and fulfillment. He knew that the energy was touching the earth and that he would receive this energy. At the midnight of March 31st, 1910, when the tail of Halley's comet touched the earth, there was a strong thunderclap over Kumbakonam, and the energies struck the Master's house like a mighty lightning bolt. He sat awake in the antechamber of the house, ready to receive the energy of the comet. The energy penetrated him and was absorbed by him. This is not possible for a normal person. The people of the surrounding area ran to him, thinking that the building had been destroyed and its inhabitants killed. But they found the Master in deep contemplation, and he radiated bright light. Then they retreated. In the morning, they visited him and asked him for an explanation. The Master said, "The energies of the new age have come. I have invoked them into me, and in due time I will distribute them to mankind." This painting shows the descent and the reception of the energies. At the very top in the center, you see Sirius, from where the energy has originated, together with the Great Bear on the right and the Pleiades on the left. According to esoteric astrology, these three form a great triangle of forces and have a profound energetic relation to our solar system. The triangle is related to the energies of the first, second, and third rays of will, Great Bear, love, wisdom, Sirius, and intelligent activity, Pleiades. Below the stars, you see Uranus and the descent of the energy via the comet to Earth. On Earth, you see the skyline of the Blue Mountains, Nilagiris, in South India, the seat of the ashram of Agastya, and Master CVV in the lotus posture. He is said to be a senior disciple of Agastya. For 60 days, he kept the energies with him. With the help of his wife, he conducted many experiments to find out the main properties and goals of the Aquarian energy. He discovered that it can transform matter very quickly and stimulate the Kundalini, and he called this energy the Master. Whenever we speak of the Master, we speak of this Aquarian energy. He also recognized that the intention of the energy is to transform the body of the people and to anchor them in the etheric body. The energy accelerates the changes in such a way that the matter of the human body becomes lighter and lighter. People will be able to fly with the help of the etheric body, and they will experience deathlessness and continuity of consciousness beyond incarnations. The energy accelerates evolution on all levels, in the mineral, plant, animal and human kingdoms. He could experience all this during the period of experimentation. This picture also visualizes the inpour of the energies of synthesis. You see Master CVV in his typical pose, sitting in front of a lotus, a symbol of unfoldment, on the blue globe, representing the earth, surrounded by the downpour of light. The globe is penetrated by electric blue waves. At the top you see Sirius, on the right the Great Bear, and on the left the Pleiades. On May 29th, 1910, Master CVV began to distribute the energy. He gathered 6 people and initiated them into the energy. Master CVV said that every May 29th, the Master may call those who want to enter into the energies of synthesis. Since then, every May 29th is celebrated as the day for group initiation, and it is commonly called May Call Day. Ever since I came to know about Master CVV, I was deeply fascinated. For me, his piercing look is full of energy, and he does tremendous work in the subtle planes. To give an expression to the etheric call of the Master, I worked over 2 photos I took in 2006 at an installation of huge old loudspeakers on the roof of the Kunsthalle Bern art gallery. The installation, overlooking a noisy square, was done by Pavel Büchler, a Czech-born artist living in the UK. He called it the silent loudspeakers. The artist was searching for something which is beyond the communication, something which is beyond sound, beyond form, even beyond manifestation. The right symbolism for the Master May Call. Master CVV broke with all the traditions of the past, and he issued a simple method of transformation that leads to the transcending of death. He introduced a prayer to be uttered twice daily at an interval of 12 hours. This is how the practice of 6 o'clock in the morning and evening came into being. We can choose another time that suits us, but we should not change it. What is important is that consistency is maintained. In prayer, we utter the sound C, V, V consciously and not mechanically, and we feel either in the heart center or in the brow center that the Master is present. We then allow the energy to work within us for 15 minutes, observing the inner movements as the transformation takes place. If we notice any instructions during the prayer, we should write them down and try to follow them. Within a short time, we will experience many changes. The Master's promise is that whoever utters the sound key CVV will experience rapid changes in their system, and the blockages that hinder the free flow of energy will be eliminated. He demands 3 things from those who are willing to work with him. First, to think of the needs of others more than one's own needs. Second, to see in every being the manifestation of the first energy. Third, to invoke the sound C, V, V regularly and to live in simplicity. This should be maintained for at least 12 years. His promise is that he will lift us up into pure states of experience of consciousness. In the book Spiritual Astrology, Master K says that Uranus is the ruler of the Aquarian energies, and that Master CVV has a spark of the metal uranium emanating from his heart lotus. The picture symbolically represents the reception of the energies and how they emanate from the heart center. You see the downpour of energies from above, which are being received by the Master and shining in electric blue and violet. They were transmitted by Halley's comet. So I placed the picture of the comet on the chest. Its light is reflected below the radiant globe at the heart center. Master CVV declared himself as the first channel for this energy on the planet. He is the transmitter, not the giver. Halley's comet, acting as a messenger, also brought the energy to Earth. The supracosmic impulse descended via Varuna on the supracosmic plane, the mother energy, which becomes Uranus on the cosmic plane, and further via Sirius, via Regulus in Leo, and then via the comet. This event cannot be compared to anything else. It is the avatar of synthesis, the descent of the energy of synthesis, which was brought into our system by Sirius in triangular work with the Great Bear and the Pleiades. This energy represents the synthesis of all energies. It dissolves apparent opposites, neutralizes diverging points of view, and brings to light a common understanding. As a result, humanity will reach unity in a few thousand years. to work out this synthesis within us, there is the invocation of the avatar of synthesis. The painting shows the downpour of cosmic energies down to our planet. At the top you see winged horses, the Ashwins, the Vedic twin gods. Below there are the two seers Vasishta on the right and Agastya on the left. They are guiding spiritual hierarchies on our earth. In the center of the upper triangle there is the pot of Aquarius, from where the waters of life are pouring out incessantly. In the center of the lower triangle there is a picture of Uranus receiving the energies for our system. And below you see a triangle of mountains surrounding a huge lotus into which the energies are received. You see the blue mountains of the Nilagiris in the front, Mount Kailash in the right back, and the Swiss Himalayas, the Matterhorn, at the left. And if you look closely, you see in the center of the downpour a Deva figure. In order to act quickly for humanity, Master CVV decided to multiply into 1,000 channels and prepare 1,000 mediums for the transmission of the energy. They should serve humanity in a cycle of 240 years. These mediums receive valuable scientific information to elaborate the consciousness of mankind. It began with a very small group and has now become global as predicted. It is expected that all who follow the path of Master CVV will be transformed into mediums for the transmission of energy. When Master CVV received the energies of synthesis onto our planet, it was a downpour of a tremendous order, which was so intense that it takes a very long time for the Earth to absorb it, as the Master said. It will take several hundred years. The energies came to our system by Sirius and the Halley's Comet. You see Sirius at the uppermost part of the painting, and the pyramid of the four masters especially dedicated to the transmission of this energy below, in the form of a comet, which is being anchored in the ethers, the waters of space of our planet. So you see a line formed by Masters CVV, MN, EK and KPK, the latter grounding the energies on the physical through his work in different parts of the world. His scientific way of working will first be known in the West. The Aquarian energy will go first to Europe, then to South America and North America, and then return to India. This is how it has happened. India could not receive the energy immediately because it was too burdened with its traditions, and the energy could not be accepted so easily there. Since 1910, there has been a tremendous acceleration of activity on the planet. Since the descent of the Aquarian energy, Every decade we experience the progress of an earlier century. All the electronics that have been created are due to the action of this energy. It works and has a global impact, whether we know about the energy or not. Meditation creates an energy field around us. When done in a group, it is much more effective. By uttering Om as a group, it builds a huge funnel into the sky and brings in sublime energies. It has to be a prolonged intonation with full intent. In silence we can receive the energies descending from above. In this, the individual consciousness might experience group consciousness or even universal consciousness. To depict this process, I used the photo of the Maycall Group Living 2006 in Samos, which I fused with layers of blue. In the foreground, I created a field of various light balls with the help of photos of oil lamps, city lights, and flames. It symbolizes the process of merging of the individual souls into group consciousness. Master CVV demonstrated 18 times on himself and his disciples the transcending of death. He said, "In the future, you will live more in the etheric body than in a body of flesh and blood." The Master distributed the Aquarian energy for 11 years, 11 months, and 7 days until May 12, 1922, when he left the physical body as announced, but continued to work through his mediums. He has settled in the ether around the planet and can be invoked as Aquarian energy through the sound key CVV. The visible planets are the physical bodies of great conscious entities expressing themselves through these forms. Just as we have incarnated into our bodies to grow and to make experiences, these sublime beings also live in their planetary globes to undergo their evolution on a cosmic scale. All the stars in the sky are at various stages of evolution. There are planetary entities higher than our planet, and there are suns higher than our sun. Like a flower that grows and unfolds to bring forth seeds for future flowers, our planet also unfolds like a beautiful flower, preparing future stages of evolutionary growth. I visualized the earth inside the petals of a huge flower. For this, I worked on a photo of a Brahmakamala flower, Saussure obvalata, said to have descended from heaven, and I made it glow like a lantern. The stars are like fireflies blinking in the darkness of a magical garden. A moment of contemplation. What is the impact of the energy of synthesis in my life? How do I experience it? How do I express it in my life and share it with others? How do we express it through our work in the groups? The first painting shows the downpour of energies from the point of light, as it says in the great invocation. The light, love and power pour down and ignite the hearts of mankind, represented here by the sea of flames. You see the protecting hand of the forces of light on the left side, and a cascade of fiery energy flows down from out of the divine eye, the doorway to the beyond. This painting was done in September 1981 with liquid glazing paint on paper. It is the first picture which came after a very intense inner experience, full of fire, lasting for several days. It was the beginning of a deep transformation. The second one is a painting of the meditation series. It shows the process of invocation and evocation. The meditator, sitting below, opens up through his fiery call towards the divine, and from the higher circles there comes the response as a downpour of energies of love and light. This is much stronger than what an individual can reach for, and it opens inner spaces which break up the narrow ring pass knot of the limited consciousness. You see movements of energy, and at the same time the divine being in white light appears out of the circumscriptions of golden yellow light on the background. I painted it by leaving away the colors, just giving the contour. The meditator in his etheric frame appears in golden yellow light, surrounded by a darker golden yellow aura. Aquarius is the manifestation of the eternal flow of life out of the unknown source. The waters are flowing out of the Aquarian pot from seeming nothingness on the other side. The sun god Apollo, with his 7-stringed lyre, illustrates the musical vibrations bringing forth the creation. Here you see Apollo with his lyre and the Aquarian pot. I transformed the painting from a place near Pompeii, which was covered by ashes of the volcano eruption. The pot in Apollo's hand becomes the sun, from where the musical vibrations spread through space. From out of the pot there is a continuous flow of lotuses, the principle of unfoldment. On one of these lotuses you see CVV, the Aquarian Master, floating on the expanse of the waters of space. Namaskarams, Master.